Things that we missed this week.
All right, well, let's start with The Bear, the Hulu hit show, Chicago-based, back on Hulu with season 3 this week, released yesterday. My wife and I started the show, but we made the decision we're not going to fly through it and do it in 2 days or all in one sitting like some people do and just blow through and binge the entire season and then it's over. We want to take the time to let it sit in. Do you kind of wish that this show were released 1 episode a week?
Yeah, and here's the thing. I had the discipline to know, and again, it's about time, too. It's about time bandwidth. Like, for me, I still do shows episodically, once a week. I watch The Chi that way. I watch shows on TNT that way. You know, unless I'm so far behind on a series, like 2 or 3 years behind, I watch it in a day or two. But ultimately, I like to watch it once a week and anticipate what's next.
Yeah, I totally agree with both of you. Shay, my wife and I are doing the same exact thing. We've watched the first episode. I loved it. Put it to the side. We'll come back to it in a couple days or maybe a week, and we'll continue on. Here's the one thing with this show specifically. The show has something to say, and it takes its time doing so. So I want to take my time consuming the show. I don't want to just rush through it, throw it away, and then move on to, what's next? What else is on Netflix?
Yeah.
I'm not interested. I really enjoy this show. It's one of my favorite on TV, and I will casually make my way through the season. Episode 1 was great.
You know what I like a lot that started happening on streaming? The Boys does it. That new show with Jake Gyllenhaal, Presumed Innocent on Apple TV does it. Is they'll release the first 3 episodes so you get that binge feeling when it comes out, and then it's weekly after that. Yeah. I really like that method of release.
I'm okay with that.
It's the way television used to be, where it was because it's about anticipation and build. You marinated on it for 7 days before you had to watch it again. The next episode.
Did you guys binge watch the final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, or did you watch it each week when it was released?
I watched it week after week.
Yeah, I watched it week after week.
Yeah, that's what I did. I thought it was great. Yeah. I enjoyed that.
But it also, like, I came in this morning, I go, Chris, did you watch The Bear? And he goes, only the first episode. But if it just releases weekly, everybody's at the same point. Yeah. You don't have to, I'm only here. It gives it the more community feel.
Shay?
We also had artificial intelligence, Al Michaels, revealed this week. NBC bringing their star broadcaster back via AI to provide personalized recaps on the Olympic Games.
Bring him back. He's not dead.
Well, it's just kind of strange because I'm sure that in New York or in Los Angeles or wherever he is, he could be able to have an open mic and read some stuff. I heard it. Here's the thing that's weird about this, Shay. It sounds like Al, but it's stiff. There's no feeling to it.
Yeah.
And so if that's what you want, that's fine. But NBC, if you want to have someone with gravitas, you don't have Costas anymore. Al still works for the company, but there's no feeling. It was just him reading words, and that's not the same.
It's lazy.
Yep.
If you don't want to do the work, don't do the work. I mean, he's a legendary broadcaster, one of the all-time greats.
It's NBC's choice.
If you want...
It is.
Do you think it's his choice, though, to allow them to do this?
You know what? Here's the thing. Why do I think he's still going to get paid, even though it's his voice?
Yeah, of course. I don't know. The whole thing is just stupid. Who wants that? Have you guys noticed, and I'm sure our listeners have noticed it too, do you ever get caught reading a story online until you realize it's an AI written story?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then immediately click off. Like, if you're into sports, a lot of times the game stories, you'll see it's presented by a service, an AI service, and it's the lamest possible version of a story that you could get from a game.
If AI works that well, then I want some of the old dead broadcasters to be able to start doing games. I want Keith Jackson back. I want Howard Cosell back. Harry Carey doing the Olympics baseball. That's right, base hit in the left field. If you're going to do that, if you can recreate the dead and bring them back to do commentary, you can with AI.
Yeah, and also it's like if that's what you're going to do for new jobs, like it sucks for younger people too. Like I'm sure there's someone worthy at NBC to record these recaps who maybe isn't at the level that Al Michaels is at.
That was my point too, and it's my fear for the future of this business is that instead of giving young people a chance to grow and become the next Al Michaels, you're just going to stick around with the legends via AI, but we'll get cheap versions of them.
Yeah, they don't do that in this business.
Speaking of broadcasters, News Nation.
For a few years.
News Nation, formerly WGN America, brought in a heavy hitter to preview the presidential debate yesterday. Listen to this.
Host of the most downloaded podcast there is, Adam Carolla. Straight from tonight's history-making NBA draft, ESPN host, face of the Stephen A. Smith Show, eponymously named Stephen A. Smith. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate you both, as always. Stephen, thank you for rushing over from the draft. What's a bigger deal, the debate or the draft?
Well, today is the debate. You know, tomorrow is a different story because obviously Bronny James was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers, and in some people's eyes, that's the biggest story. But for me, it's the debate. We've been waiting for this for a long time. America's not enamored with either candidate, but this is the choice that we have at this particular moment in time. What level of cogency is President Biden going to put forth? Trump, is he off his rocker from time to time, or is he going to be ready? Mics are going to be muted from time to time. There is no audience. It's going to call for an elevated level of discipline on his part. Is he capable of putting that on display? These kind of questions are incredibly pertinent because it ain't going to be but so many debates. It's not like you're going to have 5 debates like Trump wanted to. It's going to be one now and another in September. Yeah. And that's what you've got to work with. So tonight is very, very important.
Stephen A. What?
Is this sports now?
It really is.
We got Stephen A. first take in the presidential debate.
He gave more information there than I heard in the second round yesterday.
It's really a photo finish between Stephen A. and my friend Courtney Cronin as how many gigs you can be, how many platforms you can be on.
Courtney's everywhere.
I think Courtney also it was on, I believe it was Yahoo News. I believe she also gave her thoughts about the presidential debate.
I would watch that.
I mean, so would I.
I would watch that.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is something else, man. This is something else. I mean, he just got off the NBA draft set. I had to rush over. I had to come over here and just get my thoughts on the debate and what have you.
The way he sets up, well, America's looking at this, and then goes into each candidate. Well, what?
The best is, what's more important, the debate or the draft? And he goes, well, tonight it's the debate, but tomorrow, Bronny James is on the Lakers.
And what have you.
Brother.
That's amazing. He is great.
God bless him, man.
He is great.
God bless him. Steve, just everywhere.
He's the best.
Here's no debate. It's Tracy Butler, and she's the best.
Yes, she is.
How about that for the corny news team?
Yeah, it's smooth going down.
Never mind about the debates last night. There's no debate, and Tracy Butler is the best. We'll talk about that next on ABC 7 I Would